So this was the chunk of time that made the difference in Game 1, starting at the 3:44 mark in the first quarter until 6:04 left in the third. In that time, the Lakers outscored the Heat by 45 points, 75-30. They hit 11 threes as well, despite the Heat's early 25-12 lead with 3:45 to go in the first. Our Jared Greenberg spoke with Lakers guard Rajon Rondo moments ago. Let's listen.
You get on the court last night, and it's been 10 years since your last finals appearance. And I know this is totally different than what we've become accustomed to in the finals, this environment, but is there any part of you that's like, wow, that's either you appreciate it more, or it's like, wow, it's been 10 years?
Well, I'll definitely appreciate it more. Obviously, I think I went to the finals 2 out of 3 years in the beginning of my career, or 2 out of 4, and thinking you're going to continue to go back over and over again, and it just doesn't happen, you know. So I'm very fortunate to be in a situation again, and even better opportunity to have my son with me. So he's obviously here to see me enjoy this type of moment and see this opportunity, me being in the finals. Maybe my last time, you know, next year, who never knows, but obviously taking a moment in S today.
Are you about to announce something here about your career?
No, you just never know.
Right.
Nothing's guaranteed.
Right.
Nothing's promised. Tomorrow isn't promised, and you know, just seizing the moment and living in the moment.
I'm always fascinated talking to professional athletes about the weight of a win versus the weight of a loss. And yeah, you know, I'm curious how much 2010 still weighs on you, and if, I don't know if vindicate's the right word, but can you kind of wash that out of your system by winning the finals this year?
You can't wash it out of your system, but it's always, I always say you're only as good as your last game. And obviously my last finals we lost 3-2. We're up 3-2, lost it. And this one in particular, you know, being up again in this series, understanding that, you know, it isn't for granted that just because you have a lead in the series, you're guaranteed to win the finals. So that was been kind of my message, you know, sharing with those guys yesterday as far as us going up 1-0. If you look at it in a regular season format or regular standard playoff format, you know, we won our first home game. That's it. You know, we did nothing special. They say obviously the series doesn't start until somebody wins on the opposite court. So, you know, I think the pressure's still on us to win Game 2 tomorrow.
How much do you take pride in telling the young players what to expect in these situations?
It's not too many young guys we have on our team. You know, obviously a couple first guys, AC, Kuz. But other than that, for the most part, a lot of guys have been to the finals. You know, KCP hasn't as well. But like I said, we have so many great veteran leaders. It's not necessarily a message I have to say to those guys. This is about, you know, going out and showing it with my play and consistency on the off days and getting the work in.
So I've heard you don't like the nickname Playoff Rondo. Why not?
I don't know. I just never been a fan of it. I think I've been pretty consistent in my career. You know, due to a couple of injuries early on or after my run in Boston. Other than that, I think I've been pretty consistent in my play. And you're only as good as your coach believes in you. And fortunately, I've been given an opportunity that I've played for a lot of coaches that has allowed me to be myself, even more so in the playoffs, with giving me the ball and my minutes go up.
Coach Vogel's talked so much about how you've almost been part of the coaching staff this year, particularly when you were out, first with the hand and then with your back injury. And I've observed something that I don't know that I've ever seen before with a LeBron James team, where somebody else on the court other than LeBron is gathering guys together at the free throw line or calling out plays or, you know, instructing guys what to do. How has he taken that, and how did you get that figured out over the last couple of years?
Oh, well, I've been doing it my whole career. You know, obviously getting the big three together. Me winning at 21 years old. I think, you know, I'm probably one of the youngest besides Magic to win at that age, at early age. And those guys are giving me the respect, earn their respect on and off the court. And like I said, you know, my message when I do hold the guys up is always from a coaching standpoint, as far as me being an extension of the coach out there on the floor. So we want to relay that message, keep guys on the same page, and understand the big picture of each possession and how that we can value each possession.
In terms of the Lakers' history, just specifically in Los Angeles, you have the opportunity to do something that's never been done in the history of the NBA. You can become the first guy ever to win a championship with the Celtics and also with the Los Angeles Lakers. What does that mean to you, the two most historic franchises in the NBA?
It's funny. I always said that even last year when I signed with the Lakers, you know, even though we have a great year last year, but I said that from jump. I wanted to look up the history and see if any player has done it. And, you know, what better way to, you know, end the back end of the part of my career is winning another championship, and to do it with one of the most, if not the most storied franchise in history. And to have, be able to have opportunity to have both with the two most winning franchises is definitely something I'm looking forward to. And it's a humbling feeling, to be a part of something so great and to be blessed to play this game for so long.
Rondo, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for doing this.
Appreciate you.
All right, back to you guys.
Media availability continues after the break with the Lakers taking the floor to practice. Stay with us on NBA TV.